Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First down, Vick looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing again on 2nd down. Vick, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Vick. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what'll happen? He'll flat out take over this game.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Vick on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Shift. 25. Check 25. Switch.
for Nick Chubb. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Check back, check back. 6 guys, check 6 guys.
Come to me, it's me.
Go, Mike 51, Mike.
Off the play fake, Vic. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. Dancing to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Wait, set. Wait, 20. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Ozzy.
Touchdown.
Ozzy. Slam, slam, slam. Ball 50.
Kill, kill, kill. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Shadow.
99. Check 99. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Hey, check it. No, 66.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Mike spot 4.
Now a play fake, Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 41 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, 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 kill.
Alert.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Alert. Alert.
Running right, Jones. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check 24. Hey, 66.
10. Watch safety.
Regular. Alert. Wait, 28.
On 2nd down, it's Jones, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive.
280.
Mike 54. Watch the slant. Shift. Watch the shift. Hatchet. Slant. Pick the edge.
Let's go up. No, 66. Alpha.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Check. Watch 54.
Go.
Defense, keep it up, guys. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Check it.
Mike spot 4.
Hey, 66.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Brady. This complete to Jones. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Hey, Alpha. Regular.
Working from the gun, it's Brady.
Switch up.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Scott Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Vic goes play action. He's going to look deep down the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase.
Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check 13. Check 13. Rip. Rush in. 72. Shoot. Safe. Go bandit.
Here's Jones. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 24. Check. Lucky. Check.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Check 56. Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day.
From midfield, here's Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, 166.
Throwing again. Brady. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Brady. And this is caught at the 20. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Sugar! Crunch! Go Bandit! Check three! Bang! Shadow!
They'll run on first down. Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check 9. 72.
He's checking Craig. Hey, switch gears.
49. Check 49.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Hey, go 66. Bravo.
Mike part 9.
Now they'll throw with Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scott Miller, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
45's the mic. I'm coming.
Hey, check Mike 45.
From the shotgun, it's Vick. Buying time to his left. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw it here. Vick. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
51, Mike 51. Rip right. Right here, guys. Mike 51. I don't even know why this team showed up. Check 43.
It's a play fake. Now Vick. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Now it's Brady. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Hey, second.
Shotgun now for Brady. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Undercrunch. He's called 50. Crash. Shift shadow.
After the penalty, it's Jones. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Second, reload. Hey, Foxtrot.
On play action, it's Brady. And this is caught by Evans. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception.
Kill. Watch the twist. Check 99. Alert! Hey, alert 3. No. Off. Slam. 73, land down.
On first down, Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
Brady's throw there complete. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Out. Alert. Fresno. Hey, 66. Kill. Check it, reload.
This is Jones. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. A tackle that time by Akello Witherspoon. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, orbit. Watch the pass.
From the gun, Brady. And he slings one that's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at that.
He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. We were just saying off-air during halftime, could they mount a comeback, and how would it start? Well, it started in a hurry.
Yeah, they have to get back into the game, right? So if you're going to do that, you think to yourself, we need points right here on the opening drive. But even in their best game plan, did they expect it to be a one-play drive and put the points on the board? Probably not.
No, probably not, but they got it in a big way. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Watch safety creep.
Let's go on. No, 66, 72.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
That's right, man.
On 2nd and 12, Brady looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Check 26, check 22. Check 24, check 24. Check, lucky. Check.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Check 50. Jim. Check, crunch. Check 3. Bang. No, 66.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Check 9. He's Ozzy. Ozzy.
Hey, switch gears.
49, check Ozzy.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's get off the field, D.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Hey, exit.
So we got man. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
It's a party now. Hey, 66. 56. Alert.
Operating from the gun, Brady. The catch made by Miller. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Alert 3. Check 43. Alert flare.
Hey, check it.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 26-yard line.
Wait, that wide, 80.
54. I got you, boy.
Malcolm.
Switch. SOS. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Tight dog. Alert. Malcolm.
They'll go again to Jones. And an alley to run. There he goes left side. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones. Touchdown number 15 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Throwing on second down. Vick eluding the pressure right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Now a play fake here on first down. Well, he cannot get away. Down goes Vick.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw, Vick on the screen. This is Coleman. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Zoom, zoom. 51's the mic, boy. 51. I got it. 51's the mic.
Vick to throw on 4th down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end.
54's Mike. 54. Hey, wahoo! Regular.
Brady going to look to throw. Open man is Howard, the tight end. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Wait, 20. Regular. Watch that in. Go stand
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Scott Miller with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that gap